I'm Emily Dresner. I'm here with Upside Travel. We're going to talk about bringing awesome modern technology to a terribly old technology business. Super exciting, and I'm promising cat GIFs. Have we seen a lot of cat GIFs today? I'm promising you more cat GIFs, right? Super important. So this is a slide that I'm required to show you by law. If I don't show it to you, I've been told the marketing department will come after me. So what is Upside? We are a new DC startup. We're down on L and 17th Street. We are regrettably 6 blocks from the White House. It's a very scary place to be these days. We are a travel company. We are a new way to book business travel. The problem we are trying to solve is to bring a better experience to unmanaged business travelers. What unmanaged business travelers are people who work in companies that do not have a managed travel service. They don't have SAP Concur. They don't have travel arrangers that put their travel together for them. So they have to go out and pick and choose flights from Priceline. They have to go and pick through their hotels on Hilton.com or Marriott.com and put together their business trips by themselves. So we are trying to fix that problem by giving them a new, better, and more amazing way to book their work travel. Instead of giving our traveling customers points, we reward you with lovely Amazon gift cards because everybody loves Amazon gift cards. One of the things that unmanaged travelers do not get is that they do not get any customer service or support. Marriott.com honestly does not care if you make it to your hotel or not. We do. We want to make sure that the unmanaged traveler has the best possible customer care through their entire life cycle of their work travel. We know that work travel is miserable, trying to make it better for you. And at the very end, I'll talk to you a little bit about some of the post-purchase magic that we're working on right now as a team. But building Upside is not easy. So the big online travel agencies like Priceline.com, Booking.com, Expedia.com, right? They launched in 1999. Their big innovation was that you no longer had to go to a travel agent in a building and have them book the travel for you. You can now go click on a bunch of things. And they went into the leisure market, which are people going on vacations. And these people, their technological innovations were literally last century. It really is 2017, and they launched in 1999. They're literally last century. So when we're talking about working with some of these ancient OTAs, we're talking about the best of the aughts when it comes to working with them. That's the best that we're going to get. And they are very big, they are very calcified, they are very slow. Expedia, which is one of the most cutting edge of these older OTAs, they're just now thinking maybe they can ship some of their small services up to Amazon, but they have all kinds of problems and they can't get it there. So they're very slow to adapt. Even some of the newer systems like Kayak, Kayak took 10 years to build, 10 years. And then the guy bailed and went back to Reddit, right? There are some new people like Hotel Tonight, right? There's some other new travel systems, and we're one of them, but most of the system is fossilized, and it's not going after some of the modern work travel needs. So what do, right? So we are booking travel. We are booking online travel just like the OTAs are, and we book in a system called Sabre. Has anybody here heard of a system called Sabre? I'm so sorry for you people who have heard of Sabre. I apologize to you for your sanity, right? For those of you who don't know, Sabre is the biggest company you've ever heard of. Has any of you been in an airport? All right, everybody's been in an airport. Have you ever seen one of the travel agents at the counters typing into some mysterious terminal? You have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Does it look like they're just mashing their face on the keyboard and random keys are going into that terminal? That's a Sabre terminal. That is, in fact, how every hotel, car rental, and airline is booked today, still through this system that is in some sub-basement in Dallas, Texas. It is everywhere. Almost every airline, save Southwest, worldwide, books through Sabre. Sabre's huge, it's ubiquitous, it is everywhere, it is everything in our lives, and it runs on a 50-year-old mainframe that was literally built in 1960. Go look it up on Wikipedia. It is a 6-bit MIPS architecture. So imagine your modern 8 bits, we have 2 less bits. We have 6 bits. It's my favorite part about Sabre is the 6-bit. It makes me so happy. So, and also, my team has told me that I have to tell you about the star 46. I don't know what the star 46 is. It's some Sabre code. I'm convinced if you type it into a Sabre terminal that a plane will explode somewhere, right? Who knows? Just something will happen, right? But also, to become a basic travel agent in Sabre, it takes 40 hours of training just to be able to put in basic codes. This is the system that we are dealing with today. And also, all of your passenger records are called PNRs. You talk to travel people, they talk about PNRs. It stands for, I wrote it down, that's good. Passenger name record, it's basically a bucket, and with all of your information, all in caps, because we're only 6-bit, we don't have lowercase, right? That is booked to each of the different systems. This system is crazy. So, the best we can get out of working with Sabre is super hyper modern SOAP 1.2 front ends. And XML. This is amazing! And it wraps arcane requests and responses. We're not too sure what they are. We push basically letters in, letters come out, tickets get booked. It's amazing. So there also uses this great system called ENS, or the Event Notification System Service. It's Event Notification Service. So when you go and you book a ticket in Sabre, right, we send something but doesn't actually ticket. There's some other system that comes along, picks it up off a queue and tickets it, and then it calls you back in. But it gives you some other arcane code when it calls back into your system, and you have to go and modify all your records to say that it's been modified. But the best part is that it will also call you if it was canceled, if something changed, if somebody sneezed, if they just decided to send you an ENS update because it seemed like a good idea, right? So we have to filter all of these random messages to find the messages that we actually want that are coming from Sabre. And quick story, last story about Sabre before I move on, is the Bargain Finder Max wrapper. So this one happened last week. So Sabre thought they were going to be really cool and give us this REST interface, modern REST interface, for being able to actually do live shopping. And we thought this was super cool, but it had some kind of bottleneck. We thought the bottleneck was in our system, and we spent months looking for the mystery bottleneck in our system. Yeah, it turns out that this Leet REST wrapper is what? It's a front end to that SOAP 1.2 interface that goes back to the mainframe. I'm not sure how we were supposed to debug that, but we did because we're awesome. But this is what happens when you're dealing with these arcane travel systems. And you need to hire experts who understand this stuff so that they can modify, they can manage exceptions, they can manage changes, they can manage deletions. It's just a mess. So this is what we look like whenever we're told that we have to hook a new service up. Hey, you want to hook up Hertz? Yeah, we look like this, right? Avis? Yes, right? New Airline? Oh my God, no, run away. Scared as hell. This is the scariest thing. So, and then the best part, I mentioned Southwest Direct. They have a new system called Amadeus. Amadeus is actually a fork of an older version of Sabre with a REST front end on the front. So I'm looking forward to hooking up to that. So this is neither modern nor is it agile. And at best, at the very best, it's super 2004. So think about 2004, it's about where we are in the travel industry. And we're trying to build a startup on top of all of this stuff, right? So that's pretty cool. All right, so what do, right? So we're lucky because we're a startup, so we can approach this in a different direction. And we just start right off the bat with lean microservices. We don't start with the monolith. I know we saw a lot of stuff today about Martin Fowler and the monolith. Screw Martin Fowler, we started with lean microservices, right? The only way that we can make this system work is to lean into encapsulation, clean domains, and loose coupling. Currently, we have about 40 plus REST-based node services that work as a single integrated platform. We segregate the old legacy systems from newer business logic. We try to keep the travel systems away from the newer systems, and we build a platform, a complete coherent platform, so we can allow our engineers to do, what is this conference? Full stack stuff. So we move the travel systems away, and then we build a coherent platform, and then we allow all of our engineers to start full stacking the business logic, the core business logic from the top, and be able to provide services in Node.js and Express. And then we don't have to deal, as long as we got clean encapsulation, we don't have to deal with the travel systems except for the poor travel team, which is largely sitting over there laughing at me right now. So, and then our front is React, which is really cool, so that we can go ahead and do all of all the cool newness, including all the material UI stuff. Forward home. However, this is awesome, right? This is how I think about AWS every day. I'm logging in the console, it looks like that. Cat's exploding at me. Jesus Christ, it's coming at me. So we're cloud native, right? We've never been in a data center. Our code has never touched a data center. We have leaned in really deep into DevOps, right? So we have a very lightweight build system. We don't use Jenkins. We use Circle CI. We're lean microservice based so that every build is individualized. Every single service and every single domain is encapsulated. That allows us to get very smoothly to Docker. Right? So we're 100% on Docker. It's coordinated by Kubernetes, and it runs on EC2. I would be happy to tell you why we didn't go to ECS or Swarm or any of those other coordination systems at length. It's not what this talk is about. You can grab me after this. We use HashiCorp Terraform to be able to build the actual infrastructure. It holds everything solid, and then we've automated the entire build system from its top down to its knees with a build system called Sisyphus. It's written in Go. It automates everything out of Slack. So literally nobody ever has to leave Slack ever, which is who wants to ever leave Slack? Not only Slack, once you're in there, you're dead. It's like Hotel California. And because we have 40 plus microservices, AWS API Gateway failed us pretty well. We pulled it out and we went with Kong. It's an Nginx plugin. It allows all those 40 plus microservices to look like one coherent versioned API platform. So it allows us to add services plus integrate travel services plus build new systems and to do it all very quickly. And we can integrate new travel system very quickly and very easily within 2 to 4 weeks. So if we're told we need to integrate Hertz, we can now do it in about 4 weeks. If we're told we need to integrate Amtrak, well, first we cry because integrating Amtrak is terrible, but we could do it in 2 to 4 weeks because we've gone and we have full encapsulation of all of our systems. And it allows us to get a huge amount of lift off of our front end. But that's not all, folks. All right, so we have a large data science department. So true fact, we collect 3 terabytes of data every single day, and by the time that the day is over, that data is dead. It is 80% of the US travel market. If we want to find the right prices and suggest the right itineraries and put together the best packages for our traveler customers, it requires a lot of experiments, analytics, statistics, and sifting through humongous amounts of data. We do all that also for pricing gift cards, finding out how our users use the system, where we fail, where we do well, what our conversion rate. So analytics tells us literally everything. And because we have all of this data, we can actually start moving to machine learning, which gets us into an interesting area of personalization. Right? So we know about you because we're watching you, because you're using our site, because you know internet's a creepy place. But in return, we can start actually making personalized suggestions about what it is perhaps you want to do. If you would like to fly only United, we can show you just United. If you only want to stay in Hyatts, we can show you just Hyatts, right? The more the machine learns, the more machine gives you really interesting results, the more we can pump it into the system, the better, more magical the experience is for the various, our unmanaged travel customers. Oh. And we have proactive customer care. So I mentioned customer care at the beginning. Customer care in the travel space is huge, especially when you're talking about unmanaged travelers who have no care. Has anybody ever had a flight canceled out from underneath them? Did you have anybody to call when that flight was canceled out from underneath you? For the one person who did, congratulations. The rest of us all have to stand in line waiting for the agent at the dilapidated Sabre terminal, rub their face on the keyboard, and hope that the 6-bit commands get to the right place to get on the next plane, right? We're trying to fix that. So we have all these travel systems. We have a platform. We have an integrated system that integrates travel plus the customer information. So we can build really well integrated customer care systems that allows for us to do proactive care to the people that normally would never get any care, which is the unmanaged traveler who are basically left in a hole to fend for themselves. And it is something that we do now. So we have data analytics and profiles and insights. We know when flights are taking off. We know when they land. We know when they're canceled. We know when people get on the plane. So we can reach out and we can help the customers get to the right place. And our customers absolutely love us for this. Right? It makes an awesome travel experience when there would normally be a miserable travel experience. Also, so the future, I mentioned the future, right? So the Upside Travel app is in the iPhone store now if you want to play with it. You can buy a package off of it if you want to. If you just want to see what we're about, you can download it and put it on your phone. But what's really cool about your phone is that it gets SMS. It's really cool to have one of those customer service agents reach out and say, hey, I just saw that your plane was canceled. I've already gotten you to your next flight. You don't need to stand in that line. And we can do that because we have all this information, all this data, all these systems that we've built on top of it. Do you need a cup of coffee? Maybe when you get off the plane, there'll be a gift certificate waiting for you for Starbucks. We have gift certificates. We can certainly send you one SMS. It pops up right on your phone when you get off of the plane. So this is really cool. We're starting to lean into predictive systems. Android app's coming out in about a month. That will also be built into all the messaging stuff. This is some of the stuff that we can do with all of these old dilapidated systems. This is the cool stuff that we can build. So, in conclusion, 1, travel agency, the travel world, building on it sucks, right? There's no getting around it. These systems are ancient, they're old, they're undocumented. They might work. If you're really lucky, they talk XML. That's if you're super lucky. At least we're not actually doing TNS 3270 screen scraping. Sorry if I just gave anybody flashbacks. But very clever engineering, right, can take all of these old, ancient, nasty systems and start remixing them and make something new, right? And especially if you approach it from the point at the beginning of being able to have clean and clear domains around the travel systems so that you can build better things on top of them, right? 3, you can start applying data science to take all of that data that we're getting out of the travel world, right? Remix it and pass it through TensorFlow and start to be able to build personalization. And number 4 is predictive intelligence and mobile and messaging, which is the future, which is where Upside is going. If you would like to come and join us and work for crazy people like me, we are hiring. If you just simply want to sniff us and find out what we're doing, you can go to upside.com. Follow us at Upside Travel. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I think that our marketing department's got like flashing beams on their heads. You can follow them around DC. We're an awesome place to work. We brought a bunch of awesome people here today to talk to you, to tell us how awesome we are. That's it. That's all, folks. Thank you.